of the NFL on EA Sports. The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, hey, hey. Roll, roll, roll. Great job. Go, go. Think right open, open. Hot.
Right to the air goes Lawrence. Oh, they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game.
This is a defensive coordinator just testing the waters. How is your protection plan? Do you have a plan for any linebacker or second-level pressures? Well, I think we got the answer in this one because they had no answer for it, and you can bet he's going to continue to dial those up.
Rip, 23. Luke. There we go.
In the pistol, here's Lawrence. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
He'll let this one go deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down. Jaguars ready to punt this one away. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. Here comes Jackson on the return. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. On the ground, this is James Cook. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Ralph.
They'll run here with the rookie. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Lion. 11.
They'll stick with him again. And he's going to give ground and lose yardage here. Back to the 6.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
3rd and 9.
30 left. Go, go, let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from just beyond midfield, and not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. That'll be intercepted. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
And how about one here for the linemen, huh, Mike? I mean, oftentimes, these guys are the hardest working groups on the team. They rarely get any rewards. They rarely get any recognition. But when they get their hands on the ball, watch the sideline. Watch as the whole stadium goes crazy as the big man goes rumbling the other way.
Chip, chip. Here we go.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
When you go out and invest in a young guy like this to be part of your backfield's future, you got to find ways to get him involved early, and I think here's a case of doing just that.
Hey, kill, 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 kill!
They'll stay on the ground. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6.
On red. Go, go! It's hot.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Quick throw, taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Decent 24. Hey, I'm gun. Here we go.
Now Lawrence. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
Easy. Read a 24. Read a 54.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. They'll take him down at the 3-yard line.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Big 13 heavy. Red.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give him another shot. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal.
13 Lou. Silver.
They'll run. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Jaguars. His 12th touchdown of the year. Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll let this go. Deep shot for Atwell. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position. I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. That is intercepted.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
They'll start on the ground with Cook. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And the defense has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
They face 2nd down and 7.
All right, let's go. Smash, smash. Big 13 heavy. Silver.
Up the middle they go. Can't fault the effort. He got half a couple of tackles, but ultimately the defense gets him for a loss of yardage.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. And this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
They need 8 as they come up for third down.
11.
Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. Second down and 8. Looking to throw. McCarthy under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
On the move, past the 40. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. In motion, it's Jackson. On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. Quick throw here is complete. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and
he is in. Touchdown, Vikings.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That is hard. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Easy, easy. 11, 11. 11, Agate. Here we go, son.
A first down throw for Lawrence. Taking off.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Hey. Go. Red.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. This drive will start on the ground. Oh, yeah. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. They were not fooled on defense. Saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. That's the safety, Andre Cisco. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Rip, 23. 30 left. Take right open. Silver.
On first down, Lawrence. He's got it at about the 8. And he's into the end zone. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars. Here's Cam Little for the PAT. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This will be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient. But at others, he just misses too many easy throws.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And he's going to be knocked down before he can even think about returning that one. Whoa! A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Hey, Jupiter. 11. 13, Luke.
Throwing is Lawrence. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Ralph. 30 left.
Second down, Lawrence. He'll let one go down the middle. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Bynum.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
He'll try the right side this time. He works free. Right side. Inside the 40. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. So a big one there to start the drive. 62 yards. On first down, here's McCarthy. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion! Here we go, sir.
Now here's Lawrence. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. He'll let this one go deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
Hey, I'm gun. Heavy.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. He's going to look downfield once again. That's caught! A big play for Jacksonville. 61 yards.
As that play unfolded, Mike, I thought he was going to have a chance to find the end zone for the 2nd time here today. And I'll be honest, if I'm the play caller, at the end of this drive, I might give him one more shot at the end zone. But either way, they got to be thinking coming away here with 6.
30 left.
Here's a run. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal.
On red. Think right.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Decent 24. Hey, kill. 11. Here we go, sir.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
Oh, and in that spot, Mike, that's just painful to see. If the throw's not there, you want him to just get rid of it. Throw it 50 rows into the stands. Give somebody a souvenir. But worst case scenario, you've got to get to 4th down and have a shot at 3 points. But instead, after that pick, you come away with 0.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Here's McCarthy. In trouble, and down he goes. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Now a timeout for Jacksonville. They're second. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. Perhaps he didn't get all of it. Their catch is taken right around midfield.
At their own 49-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Hey.
In the pistol, here's Lawrence. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted.
You know, Mike, what I think is interesting is we had a chance to sit down with this young player this week leading up to today's game, and it kind of felt to both of us that he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He fell to the 2nd round on draft night. In his mind, he thought he was a first-rounder. But I'll tell you what, whatever round he was drafted in, if he keeps making plays like this, there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be kicking themselves for skipping over him on draft day.
They'll start this on the ground with Warren. Defense hoping to push him back and get that safety. He gets to the 2-yard line, but no gain on that one.
On first down here, Mike, you're just hoping to give a little breathing room to your offense. Now, if you do decide to pass the ball, your quarterback's not necessarily dropping back into the end zone. But after getting stopped for no gain, they find themselves on 2nd down in the exact same situation.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And he is going to score! A pick 6 for the touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
He fields it at the 8. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Jaguars 31, Vikings 7.
All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The third quarter begins with a run. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Warren. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. That's a short one caught by Sinnott. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing. Here's a 3rd and 10. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And more of the same. Another interception. That's the safety, Andre Sisco.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that.
And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Here we go.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A 1st down throw for Lawrence. He'll let this go deep for the end zone.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Red on red.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as it'll come out to the 20.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out? and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession.
Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And he's going to take this one all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. Now, a two-point conversion attempt coming. In motion, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Two-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. Whoa. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
All right, let's go. 30 left.
Lawrence. He's going to dial up another deep ball. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. And this defense knows they gave him one, and they let him off the hook.
He'll go right and find his running back. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. And what does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these.
And he will go all the way. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That's his second touchdown of the afternoon. Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars will extend this third quarter lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Going to return this from the 10. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's a hit, and he has lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
And that's a good gain there. It's going to